What's up, everybody? True Internet coming at you today. We got another One Piece chapter review, and this time we got One Piece chapter 1065. And man, Oda keeps delivering with these chapters, and we're finally getting to the lore. It looks like of this huge One Piece world that we've been here reading for the past like 20 years or so. So that's exciting to see. And man, there's so much to cover in this chapter, especially some things that I caught this morning after rereading it like maybe 2 or 3 times. So, anyways, guys, if you guys can do me a favor, dislike the video, comment down below, give me subscribe to the channel. We'll have more One Piece content coming up. I am playing the One Piece card game as well, so if you're interested in that, I do videos on those as well. I just did a deck profile on the Kaido deck profile, so that's pretty cool. But if you guys can do that, man, let me know down below. And comment down below, dislike, like I said, subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and I really would appreciate that if you guys can do that. But yeah, start off this chapter. So we're it's been a couple of weeks, right? And we're back in Egghead Island, and at the end of that at the end of that last week's chapter, or a couple weeks ago's chapter, is Vegapunk is talking to Dragon, and it looks like Vegapunk is predicting his death somewhere in the future, and we do know CP0 is on the way to possibly kill Vegapunk. I think Vegapunk will die, but I don't think it'll be as easy as we think it is, or CP0 will do it. I think something else will happen, and he'll end up dying. Maybe there's a situation where they blow up Egghead Island or something, and Vegapunk is on it. That's what I think is going to happen, honestly. But without further ado, we get into this chapter, and we cut to Zoro and Brook being on the ship, and then they're saying, that they're on a government island. They don't trust it, so they decided to stay on the ship to protect it, and, to keep an eye on things and make sure everything goes awry. Me, personally, I would love to see Zoro run into, like, Rob Lucci and all them. They're just showing up to Egghead Island, and, we get Zoro versus Rob Lucci or something like that. Like, that'd be really cool. Or Zoro with the rematch with Kaku, because I think Kaku is on the ship along with Stussy for CP0, and they have the Seraphim for Kuma. So that'd be really cool. That'd be really awesome. But yeah, we cut Caribou's on the ship, and it looks like they knew the entire time he was there. I don't trust Caribou at all. He did say that he does know where Pluton is, and he says he knows someone that would love this information. I wonder who that would be. Me personally, I think that's Blackbeard, but we'll see. But yeah, like, he's on there, and of course, Zoro's like, hey, listen, we appreciate you helped out our captain, but it's time for you to go, bro. Like, we don't want to, we're good. We're done here. Move on with your day. So then from there, we cut to the next crew, which is Nami, Sanji, and Usopp, and they're going up an escalator, and then they're just loving everything about this island, like just how futuristic it is and how crazy it is, right? It just kind of looks like, almost modern times, but not really, right? Like, it's crazy, like, how this technology that's here, and it's amazing, and the excitement that the characters have, and all that, and Frankie, like, just being in awe of everything, and of course we find out that everything's powered by fire, from what I understand it, and if you can find a way to weaponize the fire or something like that, it's something they made a mention to making a sun. And then they also mentioned that they have alternative fuels and some other kind of stuff and all kinds of alternate energy that powers everything here on this island. Like, this island is just amazing. It has everything that you could ask for from a technological perspective, right? So then from there, we're following Lilith, and we're following Frankie and the crew and everything like that, and we finally cut through this door, and they just walk right through it, basically, because Lilith goes first, and then the rest of the crew follow. So then they follow right in, and they're still walking around, and they're just, wondering what the hell just happened, because it's like, 1 minute they're walking through a door, the next minute it's solid, and this is like, what the hell? Like, it's just, you gotta understand, like, to these characters, like, this kind of technology is foreign to them. Like, they're mostly in a timeline where, this kind of technology is very foreign to them. It's like old times. If I went back 100 years ago, right, and I were to show them a phone, right, people would just go nuts. Like, what the hell is this? Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, where'd you get this from, right? So that's how the crew is reacting to this. Like, how someone would react if they've never seen or been exposed to this kind of technology. And that's really cool to see. Like, oh, this is just capturing. Like, everybody's just like, oh, this is foreign to them. And next thing you know, all of a sudden, we start listening. There's a Vegapunk voice that's talking. It's Edison, and it looks like Edison has kind of like a southern accent or something like that. You know what I mean? Like a cowboy accent or something or whatever. And that's pretty cool. And from there, of course, Nami's thinking about stealing future treasure, but we run into Seraphim Jinbei, and now we're starting to see that the rest of the Seraphim looks like they're previous members of the Shichibukai. So it's a possibility that there's a Doflamingo one, There is a We just saw. Okay, we saw. Okay, we saw Boa, Mihawk, Jinbei so far, and Kuma. So that's 4. So there's a possibility there's a Doflamingo, a Crocodile, maybe a Teach, um, maybe a Law, right? You know what I'm saying? But it'd be really cool to see these characters. And Jinbei is looking really cool as like this Lunarian slash cyborg seraphim thing, whatever they want to call it, like pacifista or whatever. And of course, the crew's like seeing this and like, hey, what's up, Jinbei? What's going on? You know what I mean? And of course, they're like, hey, what the hell's going on here? And they're trying to understand what's happening. And I'm surprised Sanji doesn't recognize that this is a Lunarian, after seeing King in Wano Kuni. And you would think that he would sit there and recognize, oh my god, black wings, flame, like what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, what is this? What is this all about? I still think Sanji has something to do with some of this. I wouldn't. We all know Sanji is basically like a cyborg, and I wonder if his fire ability comes from like the Lunarian traits or whatever the case may be or whatever. But we'll see. We'll figure that out in a minute. Well, later maybe, or maybe never not. Maybe we'll never figure it out with Sanji or whatever. So then we go, and of course, he launches an attack with his radical, with a beam, and of course Frankie recognizes that this is a pacifista, and from there Jinbei Seraphim Jinbei attacks the crew, and from there the fight begins, and this is a really good fight, and I haven't seen Nami and the rest of the crew fight like this in a long time, and this is really cool to see. And we still Nami still has Zeus along with her, and of course Zeus is talking to Nami, listen, I can come out right now and help, and Nami's like, hold on, not yet, we don't want to fight him, he's Jinbei. And the next thing you know, Jinbei is jumping into the ground and like just basically swimming in the ground, right? And immediately I saw that. I didn't recognize that ability right away. It took me till this morning. I read it last night, read it again this morning, and it took me this long to realize that's Senor Pink's devil fruit. So right now, this is interesting. So it looks like Vegapunk gave Jinbei, a fishman, mixed with Lunarian, the whatever fruit that Senor Pink has, and gave it to him. So now he can just swim in the ground. Because then from there, Frankie goes and says, hey, I recognize that power. And I'm like, the minute he said that, I was like, that's Senor Pink's power. So it looks like Vegapunk has found a way. We already knew that with the old pacifistas, that he grabbed Kizaru's beam and gave it to the pacifistas. Now this time it's another devil fruit and giving it to another pacifista who can now use Senor Pink's ability. Now that's crazy. Jinbei being able to swim in the ground, like, and do these, what? You know what I mean? That's insane. So that's really cool. So I'm wondering the reason why they're doing this and trying to grab devil fruit abilities and give them to people. I wonder if they're trying to do it, trying to give people these abilities without the drawback of not being able to swim. I think that's what they're trying to do and what they're trying to figure out. That's my opinion. And it looks like maybe Vegapunk is successful, but then again, I don't think we've ever seen a fishman with a devil fruit. So who knows? Maybe Jinbei can swim because, well, hold on. That's a lie. Because Jack the Drought has a devil fruit, and Jack the Drought, I believe, is a fishman or a fighting fish or whatever. And that's why he didn't die in Zou, because he's able to breathe underwater. So we know Jinbei can breathe underwater. It's the whole point of swimming and moving around, because they're basically like just paralyzed while they're underwater. They can't do anything. So I'm wondering if that's what it is. They're trying to extract these abilities, give them to people, and then from there not have the drawback of not being able to swim. Like, that's what I think is happening. That's what I think is going on here. So then that's happening, and then Seraphim Jinbei goes and grabs Nami by the throat, swims towards her, and everybody just gets pissed. Sanji gets pissed, does a Diablo Jinbei and attacks Jinbei, and then we see Robin. We haven't seen Robin like there's been a revitalization of Robin, right? Like we go to Wano, she has her fight with Black Maria, and I feel like there's a revival. I feel like Oda realized that he's been messing with her for a while, and it's just like, you know what? I'm back with Robin. I'm back on that track. She does his Gigante Fleur, and is just pissed off and just starts attacking Jinbei and just starts going to town. And then from there, Jinbei is basically trying to use Fishman Karate with his Devil Fruit ability, because Usopp recognizes that right away. He's trying to use Fishman Karate with the goo that he has in his hand. And then from there, Usopp does an exploding grass attack onto the Seraphim Jinbei, and then from there, the battle continues. Seraphim Jinbei grabs Usopp, and then from there, Frankie does a radical beam, and it just proves to me that the other team needs the other teammates like Usopp and at least Usopp, Nami. I mean, all of them. And Frankie as well need to learn hockey, right? Need to learn some form of hockey. We've seen hints that Usopp has observational hockey, but no one's really taught him that. And I want them to take some time. Like maybe I'm wondering if Luffy would take a minute and just try to show some of these guys some hockey to use it, just to be competent with it. They don't have to go to the next level. They just have to be just competent with the abilities. So then from there, Radical Beam happens, and then we finally see the rest of the Vegapunks, and then we finally see Edison, being very intrigued with Frankie's Radical Beam and really impressed with him and, his cyborg and all that stuff. We see Pythagoras, is just this giant robot, and, they're just collecting data and just trying to, basically perfect the Seraphim, it looks like to me. It looks like there's something missing with the Seraphim because they do mention with them, maybe we need to increase the age or make them older, but then there's going to be some complications with that because if you make them older, I guess maybe they're more mature and just their frontal lobe is fully developed and they're afraid of maybe the Seraphims maybe just turning on them or just going rogue or just coming with or having a mind of their own. It looks like to me they want the Seraphims to be like young, naive, and controllable, right? So that was an interesting mention in there as well. And, just collecting data. And then we finally see the other Lilith who's just eating a whole bunch, goes and uses the bathroom, comes back and feels better or whatnot. And, it's really cool to see all the different Vegapunks interact with each other. And remember, these are different personalities of Vegapunk because he's so busy. He decided to split himself up 6 different ways to get more work done. And they're all different personalities of Vegapunk. And we finally get Shaka's full reveal with the steampunk helmet and all that stuff looking really, really cool. Funny enough, Shaka looks like Uteron. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Uteron's YouTube video, but Uteron wears this helmet too. I wonder if Oda saw that guy and was like, gotcha. I finally designed my final Vegapunk Shaka to wear that helmet that he's wearing. If you ever watch Uteron's video, go watch Uteron's video. You'll see what I'm talking about. So then from there, everyone's attacking, and then from there they stop the battle with the Seraphim Jinbei, and he explains everything that's going on. And then from there, we get the revelation that Vegapunk is like, because everybody's mentioned that, the Straw Hats are mentioning that this is like technology of the future, like this is crazy, and Shaka's like, you guys really think this is an island of the future? And from there, we get the revelation that this is basically Egghead Island is damn near almost a replication of what the world was like 900 years ago. So, and then at the end of this chapter, we finally see a giant robot on the island who looks, is basically rusted over and old. And, Jinbei and everyone realize, like Jinbei, Luffy, and Bonnie see this, they're like, yeah. They're like, this looks really, really old. And basically, Egghead Island is is basically a representation of what civilization like 900 years ago. So it looks like we're going to get some backstory into what happened all those years ago. And the fact that the civilization was advanced and had like machines and all this other kind of stuff. But it's crazy to me that whatever happened, and they, the ancient kingdom lost, and they had all this technology, and it's weird to me that the government, well, not weird. This is what I think happened. They were like, okay, yeah, these people have all this technological advances and whatever, and we're going to take advantage of this, and we're going to use it for ourselves. Basically, greed, right? And what I think happened here is that they decided to use the technology for themselves, which is why you see the Tenrei B2 with spacesuits and all other kind of weird stuff, right? So I think they just have this technology for themselves and chose not to disperse it to everyone out in the world, right? And they wanted to hoard it for themselves. And, and Vegapunk just seems to like have this knowledge to recreate this technology. and to, do some further advance, to make it better or whatever. So it's crazy to me that 900 years has passed, and like where they were as a civilization 900 years ago compared to now. And think about, you start thinking about where the world would be for One Piece if that kingdom were still around with this technology, and how far advanced they would be. And apparently, like, even this island doesn't compare. Like, it's almost a replica. So that's crazy. Like, it's not even the full thing. It's like, this is like what I think it looks like, what I thought it looked like. And I'm really curious to see what's up with these giant robots. The one that's just sitting here and just rusted over, and what happened to it, right? And just get the backstory of this entire thing, and 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 I can't wait to find out what Vegapunk's ties are with Dragon in this whole, how does this all come together? And this is crazy to find out that 900 years ago that this was the technology they had. Amazing. Just absolutely amazing. I had no idea. I would have pulled one here. Like, who knew that the ancient kingdom back in the day was ahead of its time and had all this technology, and just is just gone to the wind, right? And how do the Lunarians tie into this? How does the world government ties into this? What does Dragon have something to do? Like, I can't wait to find out what's going on here. Like, Egghead Island is really interesting. I am kind of sad we didn't get any Blackbeard or Law, but I didn't need it this chapter. Like, everything that happened in this chapter was just flat out amazing. Like, we're getting more into the lore. We're finally unraveling this mystery little by, like, finally getting there. And I think we're going to get a lot more information next chapter. And I can't wait. 1066 is going to be bonkers. And I can't wait to see where this is going. Anyways, guys, you guys can do me a favor, dislike the video, comment down below, give me your thoughts on this chapter. Obviously, this chapter is 10 out of 10, right? I mean, there's nothing. Come on, the lore was amazing in this chapter. The battle was amazing in this chapter. We're unpeeling this. We're unraveling this mystery finally after 20 years of reading this. After 20 years of reading this story, and 900 years ago, this was their technology. Are you kidding? Wow. How advanced were these people? That's crazy to me. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe to the channel. We'll have more One Piece content coming up. I can't wait to review the next chapter. It's going to be amazing. And if you guys can, turn on the notification bell, you guys will get notifications whenever I do post a video for One Piece. That'd be really cool, and it'll help me out grow the channel some more. Anyways, guys, take care. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I'll catch you on the next One Piece chapter. Take care. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.